Hey folks, how you doing? It's Craig, and I have an unboxing to do that, to be honest with you, I know what's inside. I have the Bam Box Horror Edition, which it is their inaugural box. Now, before I delve into that, the reason I know what's inside is I usually do a really good job avoiding spoilers on stuff that you literally just arrived today for me. I know other people got all of it. I think it's based on where they ship from, etc., which is cool. I was watching Hot Cheetos and Blood this past Saturday, which if you don't know what Hot Cheetos and Blood is, just read my video now, go find it, go subscribe to it, and then come back and check it out. But if you do know what it is, then stay with me. It's a great show. Got 4 really fun guys on it. Darren from Horror and Me, David from In a Sanctum of Slime, Hobby from East Coast Horror, and Al from, of course, Al's Horror Shop. And they had just a lot of fun with all the topics. But that's not what this video is about. We could do videos about them, though, I'm sure. Lots of good stuff. This is about the Bam Box. And the reason I know what's in it is because Darren did do an unboxing live, and he wasn't a fan of a lot of the stuff in it. And initially, I've seen people post about how bad it was. And then I started seeing the items. And there was one item in particular that pissed the hell out of me. But I was thinking more and more about it. And ultimately, the idea of unboxing, why we do it for, what we do, the mystery assortment, etc. And some of the items, I think I want to get a chance to look at, because I don't think it's as bad. I don't even think it is bad, to be honest with you. And I'm not a BAM apologist by any means. I've had their subscriptions on and off. I ran away from the initial offering. I was on it for a while, and then they did the whole 90s box thing, and I was gone for a bit. And I had a couple of boxes here and there based on the theme. But this is my first horror box, and I'm not on board for a second one, but that's only because the auto that I think is going to be there, I already have, and for me the auto is one of the bigger pushes to buying the box. If I'm wrong, if that's not the auto, or if I see an item that I regret, I will definitely hit the trade boards to try to pick up some stuff, because I will be fair, they have some nice items. Now, some of the items I don't like as much as others, like, for example, like the Sharknado Shark they had. Cool idea, Tara Reid signed something, but there's so many things I would like to have signed before that. But they have had some really cool items. The hat from Stranger Things, the mask from Scream, the print from Scream, the Linda Blair autograph. Even their Halloween box last year is one of my favorite non-Fright Crate boxes they ever opened. Got to give Fright Crate the plug because they deserve it. But it might even be my favorite non-Fright Crate box. That and that one Loot Crate DX that had a bunch of NECAs in it. But let's cut into this and go through the items. And I almost cut myself. See, sometimes having the double blade knife does not work out as well as it should. But let's check this out. And I don't need to open it for spoilers. Although I will say, it would be amazing. They have a pin in it, which isn't a bad pin, but it is a it's a done-to-death pin. But they have the 2 variations of the pin would be phenomenal. If I got it, that would be a win, and I will say this live. If I get one of those pins in it, I will subscribe for the second month box. Absolutely will do. But here's the spoiler card. Here's the paper. No, I do not see one of those one-up things, unfortunately, so I will not be getting the next month box. But that's not the reason. It's more, like I said, because I think it's going to be PJ Souls as the auto, and I have her. But this is the item that admittedly bothers me a lot. Full disclosure, I have an actual crucifix hanging up by my wall. I am not a zealot by any means, but like I guess I just don't like I can't be a hypocrite because I got the pseudo rosary beads and the Dead End Toys Exorcist figure. So it's not that, but just something about the cross and the glow-in-the-dark rosary beads that it just reads to me the wrong way. I do agree a little bit with some of the stuff that I saw Darryl from Mr. Meat Hook, or actually it wasn't Darryl, was it? It was Horror Hipster, different guy, totally. He likes this because he likes some of these niche novelty items. I think I'd like it if it was a different novelty item. And because I really like Fight Crate. That is probably one of the things I was most excited about in the box. You knew it likely wouldn't have been an auto. But, I guess it could have been. I guess it could have been Amanda Boss. That would have been really cool. Okay, the patch, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I actually really like this patch. And I would have been happy if the order was Renee Quigley. because I don't have her yet. I haven't met her at con. I was hoping to go to NJ Horror Con for the Night of the Demons thing. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. But to me, I like the fact that they have like a niche, like, you know, because there's a lot of random horror films that I would like to see stuff made for that don't have it. Like, I just did a review for The House on Sorority Row as part of my Halloween month of reviews. I love that movie. It gets no press, no talk. I've never seen any items from it. You know, imagine like a decane from that movie or something, or, you know, even a picture of the jump scare at the end, which was done really well. But I like that. Sadly, I don't know what to do with patches. At least now my pins I have on display finally, but that's not a bad, not bad, but I like the idea of it. I do. As far as the pin goes, you have the daughter. Is it Karen Cooper? Is that the name? Like the little girl in Night of the Living Dead, which was a phenomenal movie, and the pin itself is really cool. The problem is, and I'm gonna see if I can do this without making too much of a mess of things, but I have that same pin in a grayscale version, but larger, right there on my pin board. You know what I mean? So it's like, now, having multiple copies of pins, like you see the Linnea Quigley there, that I do have multiple versions of, isn't a bad thing, but I think I was hoping to get something, you know, new. Like, oh, wow, that's cool. I never had that, or I never saw that. So how about a pin from Hollywood Chainsaw Chainsaw Hookers? I didn't know it exists. That would have been phenomenal. But I will give them the props. Their pins are always good quality. Always have the double pin backs, at least the ones I've seen, and so it is nicely done. I'm going to show you a spoiler card though. Folks, if you have the Mayo or the Coming For You Barbara pin, and you want to trade and you like something you've seen me open or mention would be available at some point, please let me know down in the comments. I would love either one of those pins. I know the Mayo would be a little bit harder to get, but do not, you know, you never know till you try, right? Now this print, this is something I saw that I thought was very nicely done. The problem with the it print, though, is, and I guess it's not their fault, because they're just starting this box now, they didn't start months ago, it's so beat to death. Like, you even saw it, if you saw the A-box opening I did. Like, you had a Pennywise Pop, like the older one in there. You know, so it's a beautiful look, and I do have a horror wall with a lot of Crown stuff on there. Captain Spaulding, Kill Crowns from Outer Space, a whole bunch of pictures. So I might try to find a way to make that fit. The art is very nice. The artist did a good job. Now, here is the thing of issue for most people with this box. You have James Duvall, who played Frank the Bunny. Now, me personally, I don't think this constitutes horror, Donnie Darko, but I want to be fair, because you got to be fair. Donnie Darko, some people love it. Like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you an example of a movie that doesn't count as horror, but when it's in a horror box, I'm excited. I freaking love the movie Labyrinth. If I opened up this box and it said there's a Labyrinth item, and I took it out and it was a signed Jennifer Connelly picture, or one of the people that voiced one of the characters, I know David Bowie's deceased, and even if he wasn't, that was way too pricey, I would flip out. It would be great, while others would be like, it's not horror. I get it. The other aspect of it is, like, it was pushed as an auto that is super, super rare, and I wasn't familiar with it one way or the other, but apparently just last year he was doing cons in full suit. But value-wise, I'm not going to say bad things about it, because they did a fine job covering the value. I think, personally, you know, what is it, 34, 35 shipped? I got my value. I got more than my value. I got, in items, I even covered the cost of shipping. You know, because you figure this auto, they can say what they want about it, people that pan it. I am sure this is, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks. You know, if you were selling on eBay. I could be wrong, but if it is a little bit scarce, as they say, maybe not as scarce, but a little scarcer probably, the it print could probably be a 10 bucks. That's 30 there. You throw in the pin, you throw in the patch, it works out. I'm not going to say much about the Fright Night thing, but people do like it. So I am not going to say, like some others, that they're done with BAM forever. I am definitely not on board for the October month, but I'll keep an eye as far as the as far as the movies go. So if they start picking more random stuff, like you start seeing something like House on Sorority Row, or, you know, even some older school films that people have sort of lost touch on, you know, something that absolutely will be right back in. But folks, thank you for checking out my video. like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you have that pin and you want to trade it, let me know. I got lots of goodies.